Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the reading of Wallace D. Wattles, The Science of Getting Rich. We are finishing chapter 2 for a quick little reading today. If you missed the first part of chapter 2 or chapter 1, it is under the playlists, The Science of Getting Rich 2025. I believe that's what I named the playlist. But there is so many other playlists on this channel if you're interested in reading books, having me read books to you and chit chat and share real life lessons that I've learned from the books. So we left off yesterday, chapter 2. Let's pick up. It says, getting rich is not the result of saving or thrift. Many very penurious people are poor, while free spenders often get rich. Nor is getting rich due to doing things which others fail to do. Two people in the same business often do almost exactly the same thing, and one gets rich while the other remains poor or becomes bankrupt. What are you in harmonious vibration with? Okay, I think did I really leave off? Okay. Remember we talked about getting rich involves the necessity of dealing with people and of being where there are people to deal with. Although that we have seen that it is not a matter of environment, location does count for something. We covered this yesterday. One would not go to the heart of the Sahara Desert and expect to do successful business. But I was saying that we all have access via the internet these days. If we have a Wi-Fi signal and some sort of device, we can share our message. We can set something up. Isn't it? It's free to have a PayPal account or a Venmo account, right? And you can receive money through that. You can start anywhere you're at. We have access to the world, right, at our fingertips via the internet and technology. It's pretty amazing. And, if you don't even have internet at your house, you go use the library to learn, to watch YouTube for YouTube videos, to learn specialized skills and connect with people. Okay. So getting rich involves the necessity of dealing with people and of being where there are people to deal with. But that is about as far as environment matters. And I would say these days this doesn't even apply because we can do it from anywhere again. It is not a matter of choosing some particular business or profession. People get rich in every business and in every profession. That's the truth. While their next door neighbor in the same vocation remains in poverty. It is true that you will do best in a business that you like. And if you have certain talents which are developed, you will do best in a business which calls for the exercise of those talents. So, what are you good at? What do you like? Forget what are you good at. What do you like? What do you like to do? What are you interested in? What excites you? This is it for me. Reading. I will never forget. It was like probably 2020, 2021. And I was like, what if I could just make a living reading and sharing my teachings? And that's kind of what I'm doing now. I mean, not 100% fully because I still do my therapy practice and coaching and all of that. But like, can you imagine? Yes, I can. I can imagine. Yes, I can. Doing this in a way that and I got monetized, right? I've only made $23, but hey, that's $23 on YouTube. But if I just keep at it and keep following my impulses and my ideas, like, wow, I mean, I have a lot going on right now. I'm planning a lot of things. So we can get paid to help people, but in a way that we love to show up in this world and using our gifts and talents. So just think about that. All right. It is true you'll do best in a business that you like, and if you have certain talents which are well developed, you will do best in business which calls for those to exercise those talents. Also, you will do best in a business which is suited to your locality. An ice cream parlor would do better in a warm climate than in Greenland. A salmon fishery will succeed in the Northwest, better in the Northwest than in Florida, where there are no salmon. But also, from these general limitations, getting rich is not dependent on your engaging in some particular business, but on your learning to do things in a certain way. Again, he keeps saying doing things in a certain way. If you are now in business and someone else in your locality is getting rich in the same business, while you are not getting rich, it is because you are not doing things in the same way that the other person is doing them. The secret is being demonstrated here. lack and abundance are in the same locality. No one is prevented from getting rich by lack of capital. True, as you get capital, its increase becomes easier and more rapid. But no matter how poor you may be, if you begin to do things in a certain way, you will begin to have capital. The getting of capital is a part of the process of getting rich. It is a part of the result. It is a part of the result which invariably follows the doing of things in a certain way. Ooh. Let me read that again. Okay, so no one is prevented from getting rich by lack of capital. Okay, so just because you don't have any money does not prevent you from getting rich. True, as you get capital, its increase becomes easier and more rapid. But no matter how poor you may be, if you begin to do things in a certain way, you will begin to have capital. The getting of capital is a part of the process of getting rich. It is a part of the result, which invariably follows the doing of things in a certain way. You may be the poorest person on the continent and be deeply in debt. But if you begin to do things in this certain way, you must infallibly begin to get rich. Because like causes must produce like effects, you will get rich even if you do not have any friends, influence, or other resources. If you have no capital, you can get capital. If you are in the wrong business, you can get into the right business. If you are in the wrong location, you can go to the right location. You can do so by beginning in your present business and in your present location to do things in a certain way which causes success. You must begin to live in harmony with the laws that govern the universe. Clearly remember, the law of attraction is always working. It never rests. Think it, feel it, do it, and you will attract it. This is the great secret of life. Bum, bum, bum. So it's the think, the feel, the act, doing it, and then the attraction. So that's just the end. I'll end there on the second part of chapter 2. So chapter 2 is split up into 2 videos. We might do that just to have quick little reads. But let's look again over. Oh, I usually have it right here, but I think I was reorganizing my drawings. Okay, this is a goodie. All right. This represents the mind if you haven't seen it before. Okay, this represents the mind. Of course, this is not the mind. There's no image of the mind because the mind is pure energy. The mind is not the brain. We can see the brain, but we can't see the mind. No one knows what the mind looks like because it has no form, has no shape. It's not tangible. We can't see it with our 5 physical senses. Okay, but we know it exists because we wouldn't be here. Nothing would like it's the spirit, it's the energy of us. It's like when somebody passes away, their brain is still there for sure, but there's nothing to activate the brain. There's no energy there it's like unplugging something from the wall. That's like unplugging the mind from the brain, from the body. It's the activating energetic force that triggers everything that happens in our life. Anyways, so think about this. This is an image of the mind. We think about this big circle as the mind. We have 2 parts, the conscious thinking part and the subconscious feeling part. So in classic cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, we think, we feel, we act, and we get results. And so when we don't like results in our life or things aren't going the way we like, or we're in big trouble, we ain't got no money, we ain't got no friends, we're poor, whatever our results are that we don't like, we have too much weight on us, we reverse engineer it. So we start with, how are we acting? What am I doing? What am I doing to get these results? What actions am I taking that are causing these results? The cause is my actions. The results are in front of my face and I don't like it. So when we see results we don't like in any area, we say, what am I doing? Or what am I not doing, right? That are causing these results. And then we go a step further. Why am I doing this? Why? What emotions, what feelings in my subconscious mind are fueling these actions? What kind of impulses, a feeling of emotion triggers, whatever? What is causing me to do what I'm doing or causing me not to do something which is causing results? So how am I feeling? We start looking at the subconscious mind. This is really the juices. And then we ask the last question, why am I feeling this way? Why do I feel this way? Well, what are we thinking? What are we entertaining in our conscious thinking mind? What are we taking in? These five little antenna looking things represent our five physical senses: see, hear, smell, taste, touch. What are we surrounding ourselves with? What is coming into our conscious thinking mind? What are we engaging in? What kind of social media? What kind of movies? What kind of music? What kind of people, conversations, environment are we taking in? That's just filling our ticker tape. Our mind is always going. Okay. We have 60 to 100,000 thoughts a day. That's a lot. So there's a lot going on in this conscious thinking mind that we pick up from the outside world. But we also have thoughts that pop up from our subconscious mind and thoughts that we just think on our own based on experience. And so that's the last. So what are we doing? What are we thinking, which is causing our feeling? Our feeling is causing our action is causing our results. So at the end of this chapter, it says, think it, feel it, do it, attract it. So our results are the attraction. Here's another way to look at it. We think, we feel, or we vibrate. This is where the law of vibration comes in, which is the primary law. This dictates our vibe, our feeling, our emotional state that we are involved in. This is what people feel from us. This is what we feel in ourselves and what we push out through our body. This is what, when you pick up intuition, you know what someone's really thinking in their subconscious mind because it's wrapped with emotion, it's feeling. And so this is the part that matters. This will dictate this. So this is a magnet. Your heart is a magnet. This is your vibration. Whatever you vibrate out, will attract to you the same. So if we're feeling a certain way, we're feeling really angry, and it's just emitting off our body, we are going to attract things that continue to make us angry. If we are joyous and loving and happy, we're going to send that out, vibration, and we're going to attract to us more things that make us love, joyous, and happy. And we might not like it. That's nothing pisses us off more when we learn about this, but then it's the most liberating thing. Some people say, I didn't attract that car accident. The results are I'm at a big fat fender bender. I wasn't thinking about getting in a car accident. It's not specific, but how did that car accident make you feel? I'm really upset. I feel, oh, how am I ever going to deal with this? Oh, my insurance is going to go up. It puts us into lack mentality, poverty, fear. I'm afraid I'm going to get in trouble. Okay. Have any of those thoughts been going on in your mind? Have you been fearful of lack, of poverty, of getting in trouble, of screwing up? Yeah, well, it showed up in a car accident. So the specifics don't have to be something we're thinking about, like, oh, I'm thinking about getting in a car accident and I get in a car accident, or I'm thinking about being robbed and I get robbed. Like, example, and I use it all the time. My results, my car got broken into. Remember that? Diddy? Remember that story? Remember that greatest hits? I don't really talk about it much, but I use it as an example because it was such a profound, beautiful example of how I use this work. My brand new car, just got my windows tinted. Had a brand new purse. Let me take a little sip of this. This is bone broth and it's delicious. Okay. Brand new purse, brand new car, brand new tinted windows. Just dropped like, I don't know how much it cost to get my windows tinted, but it was a nice little price. I come out to my car after my workout. Every window's broken except like not the windshield and not the back window, but every window except the back passenger window was broken. My purse was gone. Okay. In that moment, I thought this is good. I used that example. I said, "Oh Lord." I said, "Okay." I said, this is like I don't even know if I said it out loud because it was just in the moment when you walk up and I saw the glass and I saw the window I could see in my car and I saw my seat and I was like, oh, the window's open. I didn't leave the window open. Oh, this all happened within milliseconds. I was like, my car got broken into. My purse is gone. Thank God they threw my phone out because you could track the phone. So, anyways, I said, this is happening. This is happening. This is happening. Okay, this is happening. I'm okay. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. It was daylight. I was safe. And like I got the tinge of like, oh, my purse is gone. Oh, what was in the purse? I said, you know what? I'm safe. I'm alive. I have my phone. My car's here. I'm alive. I have my phone. I'm good. I'm alive. I'm safe. And of course, the waves came, and I immediately called my friend. Of course, I called the police. I did all that stuff in a calm manner. But there was definitely emotions that were coming up, and I was just letting them come in waves. But I decided that I wasn't going to get upset, that I was not going to allow myself to stay upset. Of course, there was waves of upset. But the result was my car got broken into. I was robbed. I was, how did it make me feel? It made me, well, it made me initially feel like, damn it, just my luck. Why does this happen to me? Blah, 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 blah. Have I ever thought that? Yeah, I have. Well, guess how it showed up in somebody breaking into my car, right? And so, I don't mean to look, we all have things happen to us. And I would never tell anybody, especially a therapy client, well, you attracted that, right? And when bad things happen to them, no, I don't say that. We just explore we don't, oops, this isn't even important at that. It's over. What happened is over. We don't focus on what the result was. We focus on how it made us feel and how there's been other times where we have dwelled on feelings like that, where we have entertained and held in our heart of hearts feelings of the nature of how we felt. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what's happened to us. It's over. What are we carrying with us? Are we willing to forgive, let go, release, surrender? Like, or else we're going to carry it with us and die. It's the most terrible thing because it's like something bad could happen to us once, but we relive it over and over and over and over because we think by letting it go, we think it's okay that it happened. There's a real thing of secondary gains, right? We, who would we be without it? We feel like we would betray ourselves or so many things. Look up secondary gains when it comes to that. But so that's what Wallace D. Wattle's saying at the end of this chapter. This is the big secret, and we're going to continue to learn about doing things in a certain way. All right, so we think, we feel, we act, we get results. If we don't like our results, let's reverse engineer it. What are we do? We have to be responsible. Remain vigilant. Stand guard at your heart. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. This is it right here. We're responsible for how we feel. And how we feel is determined by how we think. What are we allowing in the precious heart, in our precious subconscious mind? Because what does it say? Guard your heart, guard your mind with all your might, because all your life comes from it, flows from it. That is our heart of hearts. That is our true heart. I mean, I know we have a heart here, but that's an organ in our body that pumps our blood. But our true heart of hearts, where our life comes from, our life source, is the subconscious mind. So what are we thinking about? What are we allowing into our garden? The subconscious mind is like our garden. It's that precious soil. And every thought is a seed. Ugh, every thought is a seed. I'm cracking my back. I feel like I need a little release in my back. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to continue with this. I might have a couple edited videos out. So I don't know if we'll do Science of Getting Rich tomorrow, but we'll definitely, I mean, this is such a short book. We'll finish it for sure. And I hope you enjoyed that. I have to go to bed early. I'm going to bed right now. All right. Have a beautiful evening. I will see you tomorrow.